So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and work a border all around my vest, okay, on the two sides, on the left and on the right. On the top, I'm not going to crochet anything for the moment. I'm just going to go ahead. Now, if you don't want to work a border all around, what you can do is you're going to finish your work right over here, and what you're going to do is you're going to attach fringes in every stitch right over here, and that's going to be the end of your vest. So if you want to work the border with me, what I'm going to do is I'm attaching a color that's one of the colors that's in my yarn that I'm using, okay, but this is a solid color. I'm not using my multicolor yarn anymore, so I chose this color, and it's one of the colors in the yarn that I was working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the yarn right here where I just finished. Okay, so put your hook right in that stitch. Grab the new color and pull it through the stitch and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, put your hook right here in the beginning of the triple crochet and work a single crochet. From here on, we are always going to be chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip the triple crochet and put your hook right here where the stitch begins and work a single crochet. Chain 3. Skip the triple crochet, put your hook right here where the stitch begins and work a single crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, work a single crochet right here where the triple crochet begins. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. Now keep working chain 3s and single crochet up until you reach the bottom corner of your vest. Once I reach down here, the bottom corner, I'm going to turn my video back on. Okay, now I've reached the bottom corner of my vest. See here where I've worked my 3 double crochet, my 3 chains and my single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet. Now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to single crochet under that space right here on my bottom corner. Chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and work 1 single crochet under the same space. Now this is my corner. Again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and from here on we start working upwards. So after that chain 3, work a single crochet right here where the first triple crochet begins. Okay, so this is how the corner, the bottom corner of our vest should look like. Okay, now I'm going to be working chain 3 and single crochet going upwards, and once I reach this corner right up here in the end, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to continue. As I mentioned earlier, we're not crocheting anything right here on the top where we work the shoulders. We're only working the left and the right of our vest now. The border is only on those 2 sides of our triangular vest, okay? Once I finish going upwards with my first row, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to start row number 2 of our border. I've completed working all of my side going upwards, okay? And right here, I have my last single crochet on the corner of my on my triangular vest, and because this is the last corner over here, make sure you work your single crochet in the 4th chain counting from the bottom. That would be your triple crochet. Now we're going to start row number 2 by chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn your work. Okay, now we're gonna go downwards again we're going to go downwards to the bottom corner of our vest. Okay, so I've worked 5 chains and I'm going to work 1 single crochet in my first chain 3 space. So put your hook under the chain 3 and work your first single crochet. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in your second chain 3 space, in your next chain 3 space, okay? Now in the next chain 3 space, without working any chains, I'm going to work a total of 8 double crochet under the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now from here on up until we reach the bottom corner, we're going to be working we're going to repeat the same thing that we're going to do right now. So after the shell with the 8 double crochet, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Now we're going to work a total of 3 chain 3 spaces. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. So this was my second chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in your next chain 3. So I have a total of 3 chain 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Now without chaining, without working any chains, go right ahead in the next chain 3 space and work your 8 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 double crochet under the chain 3 space. Now go right ahead in the next chain 3 space and work a single crochet. Now again we want our 3 chain 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, single crochet under the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, single crochet under the next chain 3 space. Okay, so again we have our 3 chain 3 spaces. Now in the next chain 3 space, again work your shell, your 8 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now single crochet in the next chain 3 space and keep working the same pattern up until you reach the bottom corner of your vest. Okay, so 3 sets of chain 3 spaces, and then your shell where you're going to be working 8 double crochet under the same chain 3. 3 sets of chain 3 spaces, then your shell. 3 chain 3 spaces and then your shell up until you reach the bottom corner. Okay, reach my bottom corner, and depending where you stop, you might have to improvise as I'm gonna do right now. Now I've worked my 3 chain 3 spaces, shell, 3 chain 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, but I reached right over here, which is the last chain 3 on the one side. This is my bottom corner, and this is the first chain 3 to start going upwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work 5 double crochet on the last chain 3, 5 double crochet on the bottom corner, and 5 double crochet on the first chain 3 going upwards. Now, if you finish and your single crochet of your last chain 3 space of your last chain 3 is right over here in the last chain 3, then go ahead and keep the pattern as it is. In the bottom corner, work your 8 double crochet, single crochet here again, and start working your pattern all over again going upwards. Okay, so depending where you stop according to the when we follow the steps for the pattern, we might have to improvise. So after the last chain 3 space, in the last chain 3 going downwards, I'm going to work 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go right ahead in the bottom corner, chain 3, and work 5 more double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go right ahead in the first chain 3 going upwards, work 5 more double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and work a single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And now keep working your pattern regularly. 3 chain 3 spaces shell, 3 chain 3 spaces shell, up until you reach the top corner. Okay, so this is how my corner will look like. Once I finish going upwards, I'm going to turn my video back on to finish row number 2 together and start row number 3. I'm almost done crocheting with row number 2, and I stopped right here when I worked my last shell, so we can finish the row together. So after my last shell, I'm going to work 1 single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the last chain 3 space. And now in order to finish the row, chain 2 and work 1 double crochet in the last stitch right over here where we started row number 1. Okay, so right here in the corner, work your last stitch, which is going to be 1 double crochet. Okay, so this was the end of row number 2. Now we're going to start row number 3 by chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn your work. Now skip the first chain 2 and go right ahead on the chain 3 space and work 1 single crochet. Now chain 1, and because we don't have any more chain 3 spaces, just chain 1. And what we're going to do now is we're going to work 1 double crochet on top of each of the 8 that we did on the shell, but we're going to separate them with the chain 1 space. Okay, so start from the first double crochet, 1, chain 1, next stitch, 2, chain 1, next stitch, 3, chain 1, 4, chain 1, 5, chain 1, 6, chain 1, 7, chain 1, and our last double crochet, 8, and after the last double crochet, chain 1 again and work a single crochet in the first chain 3 space. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Then chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Okay, now again we're going to chain 1 and we're going to start working on the shell. What I want to show is that even that in the previous row we had 3 chain 3 spaces. In this row, up until we finish, we're only going to have 2 chain 3 spaces. 1, 2. Okay, so once we've worked the single crochet in the last chain 3 space, chain 1, and start working 1 double crochet on top of each stitch on our shell, and after the double crochet, separate by chaining 1. Okay, so start from the first double crochet, 1, chain 1, next stitch, 2, chain 1, next stitch, 3, chain 1, 4, chain 1, 5, chain 1, 6, chain 1, 7, chain 1, and my last double crochet 8. After the last double crochet, also work a chain 1, single crochet in the first chain 3 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, and single crochet in the last chain 3 space, chain 1, and work your shell again. So see here again we have only 2 chain 3 spaces, 1, 2. So keep working this pattern up until you reach the bottom corner. When I reach my corner, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to work on top of the 15 stitches that I've worked in my corner, and then how to work the row going upwards. I've reached my bottom corner. Okay, so I've worked my last shell, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 1. Now right here in the corner, I'm not going to do anything differently. I'm going to work a total of 15 double crochet with a chain 1 space in between them. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 for all 15 stitches. Once I work all of my 15 stitches, I'm going to keep working the pattern as I was doing so far. So single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 1, the shell, and so on up until we finish the row going upwards. Once I work on my last shell for the row, I'm going to turn my video to see how to finish row number 3 together and how to start row number 4. I'm almost done with row number 3. I've crocheted on top of my last shell. Okay, so after my last double crochet, the 8th double crochet, I'm going to chain 1 as I always do. For this row, I'm going to work a single crochet on the next chain 3 space. And now I'm going to finish my row by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and right here on the last space over here for this row, counting from the bottom, I'm going to count 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. In that 3rd chain, I'm going to work the last single crochet for this row. Okay, now we're going to start row number 4, where we are going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to turn my work. Now again we're going to start going downwards to the bottom corner of the shawl. Okay, so I've chained 5. I'm going to put my hook in the first chain 3 space and I'm going to work 1 single crochet. Now I have no more chain 3 spaces left, so I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to jump over on the first double crochet. So what we're going to be doing in this row is from the first to the last double crochet of every shell, I'm going to be crocheting 1 double crochet, but also 1 double crochet in every chain 1 space. So in every shell, I'm going to have a total of 15 double crochet with no chain spaces in between them. Okay, the chain 1 space before and after, before the first stitch and after the last, we're not going to be crocheting any stitches, only from the first to the last double crochet. So I've chained 1 and I'm going to jump over to the first double crochet and I'm going to work 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet in the chain 1 space, 2 on top of the double crochet, 3 on the chain 1 space, 4 on the double crochet, 5 on the chain 1 space, 6 on the double crochet, 7 on the chain 1 space, 8 on the double crochet, 9 on the chain 1 space, 10 on the double crochet, 11 on the chain 1 space, 12 on the double crochet, 13 on the chain 1 space, 14, and the last double crochet, 15. Okay, so once you finish working your 15 double crochet, chain 1, single crochet on the first chain 3 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet on the next chain 3 space, and now we have no more chain 3 spaces left, so I'm going to chain 1 and jump over to work my 15 double crochet on the shell. So see how in the first row we had 3 chain 3 spaces, in the next row we had 2 chain 3 spaces, and now we're left with only 1 chain 3 space, and this is going to be throughout the whole row. So after you work the single crochet, chain 1, now jump over to the double crochet to work your 15 stitches, chain 1, single crochet on the first chain 3, chain 3, single crochet on the next chain 3, chain 1, and work your 15 double crochet on the shell. Okay, and work that pattern up until you finish the bottom corner. Once I reach my corner, I'm going to turn my video back on. I'm going to explain how I'm going to crochet the corner and how I'm going to continue working row number 4 going upwards. I've reached my corner. Okay, this is how all of my shells look like so far. Now I've done my last shell going downwards. I've worked my chain 1 single crochet, chain 3 single crochet, chain 1, and now I'm in my bottom corner. Okay, and what I'm gonna do now is right here where I've made my double crochet on the previous row, what I'm gonna do now, starting from the first double crochet and finishing into the last double crochet, I'm gonna do the same thing that I was doing on the shells for the rest of the row. So I'm going to work 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet and 1 double crochet under every chain 1 space. So once I finish working my whole corner, I'm going to have a total of 29 double crochet. So once I finish working 1 double crochet in every stitch, I'm going to start going upwards by chaining 1 and single crochet in the first chain 3 space, chain 3 single crochet in the second chain 3 space, chain 1, and work your 15 double crochet on your first shell, and keep working the pattern up until you finish the row going upwards. Once I finish, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to start row number 5. I'm almost done with row number 4. Okay, I finished crocheting my last shell. Now I am going to chain 1, work 1 single crochet in the last chain 3 space left over here on your corner, and we're going to close row number 4 by chaining 2, and I'm going to work a double crochet in the end of the row. Counting from the bottom, I'm going to put my hook in the first chain. Okay, I'm going to put my hook right here in that first chain, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet to finish my row. Okay, now we're going to start row number 5, and I'm going to start by chaining 2, 1, 2, and turn your work. Okay, so after I've worked my 2 chains, go right ahead and go on top of your shell. Okay, start from the first double crochet of the shell and work 1 double crochet. Now chain 2, 1, 2, skip the next stitch, put your hook in the stitch after that and work 1 double crochet. Chain 2, skip the next stitch, put your hook in the stitch after that and work 1 double crochet. Chain 2, skip the next stitch, put your hook in the stitch after that and work 1 double crochet. Chain 2, skip the next stitch, put your hook in the stitch after that and work 1 double crochet. Chain 2, skip the next stitch, put your hook in the stitch after that and work 1 double crochet. Chain 2, skip the next stitch, put your hook in the stitch after that and work 1 double crochet. Chain 2, skip the next stitch, put your hook in the stitch after that, which is my last double crochet for the shell, and work 1 double crochet. Okay, so this is how all of the shells are going to be worked up until the end of the row. Once you complete crocheting up to the last double crochet, chain 1, okay, put your hook under the chain 3 space, which is the only chain 3 space left between each shell, and work 1 single crochet. chain 1 again, and go right ahead and start crocheting on top of the shell in the same exact way we did the first one. So double crochet, chain 2, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the stitch after that, chain 2, skip the next double crochet, work a double crochet in the stitch after that. Okay, once you finish crocheting up until the last double crochet, chain 1, single crochet under the only chain 3 space that's left between the two shells, chain 1, and go right ahead and crochet on top of the shell, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the second stitch, chain 2, double crochet in the second stitch, and so on. Go ahead up until the corner, where again you're going to crochet in the same exact way. Okay, once you finish the shell before the corner, chain 1, single crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 1, double crochet in the first stitch, chain 2 in the second stitch, chain 2 in the second stitch, chain 2 in the second stitch, and so on up until you complete the whole corner. Okay, and then finish the row going upwards in the same exact way. Okay, once I finish row number 5, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to finish the row together and how to start the last row for the border, row number 6. I'm almost done with row number 5. I've worked my last double crochet on the last shell. Now, in order to finish row number 5, chain 1, and right here on the chain 5 space, the chain 5 that I worked in the beginning of the previous row, counting from the bottom, put your hook in the 3rd chain and work a single crochet to finish row number 5. Okay, and this is how our work looks like so far. Now we're going to start row number 6, which is the last row, by chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn your work. Okay. So after chaining 4, put your hook under the chain 1 space that we just worked before the single crochet. So under that first chain 1 space, work 1 single crochet. Okay, let me do that over. Okay, so that single crochet under the first chain 1 space. Now, what we're going to be doing in every chain 2 space on top of every shell, we're going to be working single crochet, chain 3, and 1 single crochet under every chain 2 space. So let's start. Go ahead on the first chain 2 space and work 1 single crochet, chain 3, and 1 single crochet under the same space. Next chain 2 space, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet under the same space. Now, next chain 2 space, single crochet, chain 3, excuse me, and single crochet under the same space. Now in the next chain 2 space, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. Next chain 2 space, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet under the same chain 2 space. Next space, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet under the same chain 2 space. Okay, next one, single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. Okay, so this was the last chain 2 space. This double crochet is the last stitch for the first shell. Okay, now I have the chain 1 space that separates the shell with the single crochet that I worked in the chain 3 space, and then I have chain 1 space that separates the single crochet with the first double crochet of the next shell. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put my hook under the first chain 1 space that separates the last double crochet of the shell that I just finished with the single crochet, okay, and work a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in the chain 1 space that's after the single crochet that separates it with the shell that we're going to begin to crochet into. Okay, so 1 single crochet under that chain 1 space. Now start working the pattern all over again. In the first chain 2 space, single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet. Same here, same here, same in every chain 2 space. You're going to be working the same exact thing, single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet. Now again, once you reach the last double crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1 and the first double crochet, single crochet under the first, chain 1, chain 3 and 1 more single crochet under the next chain 1 space. Then again, in every chain 2 space, do the same exact thing, the same pattern. Go all the way down, work the same exact thing in the corner as well. Okay, so in every chain 2 space, work single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet. Okay, and then start working upwards, always following the same process. So before I finish row number 6, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how we're going to finish the row together, how we're going to close up the border, and then how to attach the fringes. I'm almost done with my row. I've worked my single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet in the last chain 2 space, and now I've reached the end of my row, where in the beginning of row number 5, here's where I worked the 2 chains and the double crochet in the first double crochet of the first shell. Now put your hook in that chain 2 space and work your single crochet, chain 3, and in order to finish the row, work a single crochet in the first chain counting from the bottom to close your row. Okay, in order to finish, chain 1, cut the yarn, pull the loop and tighten up. What I'm going to do now is, because I tried on my vest, and because I'm a little chubby, the border that we just worked gives a little wave on our vest, so it made me look bigger. So I'm going to frog all of my border that I just made, and I'm going to attach my fringes in every single crochet, in every stitch that I worked a single crochet in the first row. Now if you're going to leave the border on, you can attach your fringes in every chain 3 space, which I think it's too much. You can add in every second chain 3 space. You can add a fringe in the first, center and center, center here, center stitch and center. It depends on how you like your fringes. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see how to create the fringes. Okay, so I'm going to create my fringes on my hairpin. So I'm going to take the yarn and wrap it around a few times. And because I want my fringes to be long, I'm going to cut on the one side only. Okay. Now I'm going to take my vest and on the stitch that we want to attach, fold the 2 strings of yarn in half, put your hook in the stitch that you want to attach your fringes, put your hook in the center. Okay, grab these 2 strings through the stitch and we have a loop. Grab all 4 pieces of yarn and take them carefully through that loop and tighten up. So this is how your fringes are going to look like. Okay, now as I mentioned earlier, depending on how you want your fringes to look like, you can attach your fringes in every second chain 3 space, beginning, center, beginning, center, beginning, center. It depends. Because I'm going to frog the whole border, my fringes are going to be in every stitch that we worked in the first row, the single crochet. Okay, so once I finish attaching all of my fringes, I'm going to turn my video back on. I've completed attaching all of my fringes. As I mentioned before I turned my video off, I frogged all of the border that I made because when I tried the vest on, it didn't look nice on me. It added weight on my body. So I frogged all of the border and I left it as it was, and I attached the fringes right here where I started my triple crochet in every row. Okay, so I attached the fringes all the way to the bottom. Okay, and then going upwards again, I've attached all of my fringes. I've weaved in all of my ends. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and if you like the video, please press like and leave a comment. I wish everyone good luck, and I'm waiting to see your the pictures of your finished projects. Thanks again. Bye bye.